The NBA draft was last night, and as you all should know, these players are not going to be in NBA 2K17, but they are going to be in NBA 2K18, which is going to be released in about September. In this video, I am going to be talking about the 5 rookies that I cannot wait to use in NBA 2K18. These aren't necessarily the top 5 rookies in the draft, even though some of them are obviously in the top 5 in the draft, but they're the top 5 players that I am really looking forward to using next year. Last year's video had players like Thon Maker and Dragon Bender, who weren't obviously the best rookies, but they were still some of the best to use in the game. And I won't only be talking about their original cards, I'm not actually going to be even predicting what ratings they're going to be in this video, because I'm going to do another rating prediction video tomorrow on rookies. So anyway, now let's get into the top 5. At number 5, we have got Markelle Fultz. Yes, Markelle Fultz. He's going to be the highest rated of all the rookies, and it's probably going to be a gold card. More than likely, him and Lonzo Ball are going to be the only golds, but I'm guessing it's just going to be Markelle Fultz. Markelle Fultz is going to be a fun card to use because he's going to be able to handle the ball, he's going to be able to shoot the ball, he's going to be able to attack the basket, he's going to be able to do pretty much everything. Defend a little bit, even though he's not the best at that on that end of the floor. But he's going to be a really versatile card that's going to be really good to use. The thing is, when Markelle Fultz gets moments cards, I'm assuming everything's going to be the same as 2K17, by the way, I didn't mention at the start. When Markelle Fultz gets moments cards, they're not going to be exceptional. Like, even though his stats might be quite good, like he's a 6'4", 1/2, not as quick as a lot of players, not as good a shooter as a lot of players in this draft, and his game doesn't necessarily translate to 2K too well. The reason he's on this list and at number 5 is because he is going to be the highest rated player straight away. So for the first month or so of the game, of all these rookies, the best of them is going to be Markelle Fultz, probably because he's just going to be rated higher than everyone else, unless they do a thing and give Lauri Markkanen like Thon Maker's like 90, 80 something speed with ball and making him able to dribble the ball. Unless they do that with someone like that, I can't see anyone being as good as Markelle Fultz straight away. Plus, like at the start of this year, Ben Simmons was the best rookie by a mile. Obviously, a lot of people got moments cards and became better than him. But at the same time, Ben Simmons was the best for a decent stretch of NBA 2K17, and I think that Markelle Fultz will be the best for a decent stretch of 2K18. I think that people will overtake him when they get moments cards, but I think Fultz is going to be a good enough card to use. At number 4, we have got Lonzo Ball, who was picked with the 2nd pick in the 2017 NBA draft. The main reason why I'm looking forward to using Lonzo Ball isn't because he's going to be elite quick, isn't because he's going to be an elite shooter in the game. It's the fact that he's 6'6" and may be listed as 6'7" going into his first NBA year. If that's the case, he's a 6'7" point guard who can shoot a little bit. If any of you guys have used Shaun Livingston, you know how good that card is. When a player is 6'7", they have weird, sometimes glitchy dribble moves, especially if they're a point guard. They just have an advantage, and that advantage is on both ends of the floor. Like, players like Isaiah Thomas are going to be a lot worse than players like Lonzo Ball. You can block shots if you're 6'6", no matter what your rating is. You steal the ball better, you're automatically a better defender. You finish better, you shoot better over people. You're less likely to be blocked. Even if you do have a lower dunk rating, you're still less likely to be blocked. So I think for that reason, Lonzo Ball is going to be really good. Defensively, you might think he's going to be a terrible card, but on-ball defensive IQ does not mean that much in my team. Like, it really doesn't, because you can control the player. His lateral quickness won't be too high, but it's not going to be too low either. And the big thing with Lonzo Ball is steal ratings would be high. And in my opinion, the steal rating is definitely the most important defensive stat, which means that he's still going to be decent on that end of the floor. And I just think, honestly, that Lonzo Ball is going to be really fun to use because he's Lonzo Ball. I think it's going to be really fun to use Lonzo Ball because he's just going to be different. His jump shot is going to be in the game more than likely. And to be honest, that could be one of two things. It could either be a really bad release, or it could be a really nice release. And I'm thinking it's going to be really nice, because the release point is probably as soon as Lonzo Ball brings the ball over his left shoulder, meaning that's probably going to be really easy to time. So I think his release is going to be really good, and I think he's going to be a really nice card to use. And especially if he starts getting a few moments cards, or even a few other gem cards. He is legitimately going to be a god. Like, 6'6" point cards don't come along too often, especially ones that if he gets a gem after having a good shooting game, you give him like a 90 open shot 3. He's already going to have great handles, great passing stats. They're going to give him more than likely a gold dimer. And who knows, if he gets a card in a gem in a collection towards the end of the year, he could get a Hall of Fame dimer, which is going to be really overpowered. And that's the reason why I'm really looking forward to using Lonzo Ball. And number 3, we have got Dennis Smith Jr. And the reason why I think he's going to be really fun to use is basically because of how fun Steve Francis has been to use the last couple of years. I think that Dennis Smith Jr. is going to be like a silver Steve Francis to start the game. I think they're going to give him a high enough dunk rating in the 80s. They're going to give him really high speed, and he's just going to be able to attack. I think he's going to be like the Emmanuel Mudiay card this year, but maybe a little better at dunking, which was really good. Like, if you guys play with Mudiay this year, he's one of the best silver point guards in the game, and at the very start of the game was a really nice card in Road to the Playoffs. It was just, the problem was, why do I keep calling My Team Online Road to the Playoffs? Sorry, My Team Online. But the problem was that as the year went on, he didn't get many moments cards. I think he might have got a gold, but I'm not entirely sure. But that really meant that Mudiay wasn't used much ever in the game. But Mudiay Silver was one of the best silver point guards in the game, and I think Dennis Smith Jr.'s card is going to be really good. I think that it's going to be able to dunk, it's going to be fast, he's going to be able to shoot a little bit, and he's going to be able to handle the ball. And he's going to be a great budget player to start the game, and a card that I'm really looking forward to using. And number 2, we have got a type of player that is always really good at the start of 2K games. It's Lauri Markkanen. Tall, shooting, mobile power forwards are always really good. And I'm judging this based on how good Porzingis was in 2K15. Porzingis was a beast. An absolute beast at the start of 2K15. At the start of 2K16, his goal was a beast as well. But I'm also judging it based on Dragon Bender. As far as silver players go, Dragon Bender is insane. Like, insanely good for a silver. Like, I love that Dragon Bender card. And he was honestly in my team for like the first 2 weeks of the game coming out. And he held his own. Him and Porzingis used to dominate. And he was an absolute beast for me in 2K17. And I think the Markkanen is going to be something similar in 2K18. Except a much better shooter than Bender. While I don't think Lauri Markkanen is anything spectacular in real life, I really don't. I don't think he's at the level of Porzingis. I don't think he's ever going to be anywhere close to Dirk. I honestly don't even think he plays like either of them. But he's not, I don't think he's going to be up to much. But in 2K, he's going to be a beast. I can't see him getting many moments cards, but I think his base card, which will be a silver, is still going to be probably the best start off, second best after Markelle Fultz, of course, start off rookie card in the game. And if he has maybe one breakout game where he hits a lot of threes, which he could easily do for the Chicago Bulls because they're not going to be that good a team next year, so he's going to get a lot of chances, he could have an absolute beast of a moments card. And that moments card is going to be really sought after because he's 7-footer who can shoot, can move a little bit, and just because he's 7 foot, his defense is going to be really good as well. And at number 1, we have got Jonathan Isaac, who's 6'10", but could possibly be listed as 6'11" and plays a small forward position. I'm not that excited about his normal silver card. I think it's going to be something similar enough to what the Brandon Ingram card was last year. Quite a very good silver, but like not absolutely incredible. But the reason is the potential for him to get 1 or 2 moments cards. If he gets 1 or 2 moments cards with that Magic team, he's going to be insane. Imagine if they gave a 6'11" small forward a bit of handles. He's going to basically be a Giannis card. And everyone knows it, even gold Giannis. I've used gold Giannis a few times in the Ruby League and above, so against pretty much anyone in NBA 2K17, and he's held his own. Gold Giannis can still do it. And I think that if Jonathan Isaac gets any moments cards, he's going to be an absolute beast. 6'11", athletic, can shoot a little bit. This card is going to be absolutely insane in NBA 2K18 My Team, and is going to be one of those cards where every single person is going to have him straight away in My Team because he's going to be cheap, he's going to be a silver, and he's going to be really good in game. So anyway, that's the video. Obviously this isn't a ratings prediction video, as you can see with the ratings being so high, and there's not a chance the rookies are going to be rated this highly. But it's just 5 players that I think are going to be really fun to play with in NBA 2K18. I honestly don't know anything about 2K18, maybe the game mechanics are different, but I highly doubt it. But these cards, if they were in 2K17, I think would have been the best, especially their base cards. And I think that in 2K18, these guys are going to be the cards that most people have fun playing with. I know there's the likes of Josh Jackson, De'Aaron Fox, but the thing is, the 3-point shot is such an important part of 2K, and neither of them can shoot. De'Aaron Fox might get a moments card that can shoot, same with Josh Jackson, but until then, I don't think they're going to be that good to use. And if you guys think there's any other ones, leave in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.